Hello, and thank you for watching and listening to another episode of the Podacity with Keita Rose. Here we dare to use our voices, have the audacity to own who we are, and vow, raise up your roses, we vow to never stop, never shrink, and most importantly,
never! Shut up. It's just not gonna happen.
Like, share, subscribe, talk in my comments, tell me how you really feel. Hit that bell notification so I can pop up on your timeline. And boy, are we gonna talk about what's been on my timeline. For those of you that's like, hey Keita, we ain't seen you in a minute.
Where'd you been? We don't like when you disappear.
I understand. I be taking dopamine detoxes. Right now, we're gonna deep dive into the Cardi and Nicki Minaj beef. I just wanna say something. A lot of is going on in America that people actually should give a fuck about. I'm just saying. A lot of stuff is going on. We got a purple pig titty dictator that's just going rampant, all right? He's trying to start a race war. He's shutting down the government. A lot is going down. And though I understand that people don't like to really get into politics or any of that other stuff because life is already hard, bills are hard to pay, children are bad, marriages might be going sour, things go on in people's life. Life goes on and life be freaking lifing. I completely understand that. And I used to be one of those people that are like, yeah, no, I don't do politics, but it's kind of like you might wake up in a concentration camp. You really might. Like somebody might knock on your door and then remove you from your home. So I'm going to try not to get political, but I'm not going to hold you. That has been the only thing on my mind. And so I've been taking dopamine detoxes to like really touch grass. I know people make fun of that all the time. Go touch grass, go talk to trees, ground yourself. Oh, that means you're a hippie. That means nah, bro. I've been really getting into spirituality because I genuinely believe that all this is like spiritual warfare. I just do. I think it's way more than just, in the Bible, whether you're spiritual or religious, like we're not fighting against flesh and blood, but we're fighting against powers and principalities, right? Like, I think that this is spiritual. And sometimes social media has a way of putting other people's voices, other people's opinions, other people's spirits inside of you. And I don't need it. I really don't. I need to ground myself a lot of the times and just think about and really realize what's important. I have a son. What's important? We have family. What's important? We're still able to wake up in the morning. What's important? Your friends, your family. Like, I'm going to be creating so many events so that people can just come out and have fun. And I might even make it to where you don't have your phones. Maybe I do a sleepover or something. I don't know. Like, you don't have your phone. Like, let's be in the moment and let's really appreciate life for just a second, because sometimes the noise is too freaking loud. It's just too loud and you gotta unplug, period. I think before you worried about anything, I remember Cardi B once said, be talking about me before
they even feed their kids in the morning.
Before we do any of that, take care of yourself, take care of your mental health, journal, talk to God, talk to whoever you believe in, talk to your friends, touch people, go out and get a hug. I saw this video during COVID where this girl was crying because she said she was like hug deprived. And I really didn't understand her. Like, I had a man at the time and I had kids around me. So I felt loved and I was like, hug deprived. I never heard of it. But then, you isolate after a depression or something like that, and you really realize, oh, I need a hug. And I'm, as a black woman, I know black women are afraid to ask for hugs. I'm not. I ask for help. I say I need help. If I can't do it, if mentally I need to check out, I tell you guys I'm having a dopamine detox. I gotta go. I'm gonna always care about my mental health because I have somebody that I need to care about, right? I have family and I have a son that I do need to care about. So that's just a little message before we get really into it. Take care of your mental health. You come first. Then you help everybody else. Take care of your mental health, because I don't think this shit's gonna get any better. 10 months, 11 maybe months into this administration, things are getting worse. They're making songs about hanging black people on a tree and they're saying the N-word. Listen, I started carrying 3 things of mace all over me. I got one tucked in the cooter. Come over here fucking around with the fuck around if you want to. Sometimes I know that God gives certain battles to certain people, and I do believe that I have favor with my Lord and Savior. I believe so because He doesn't give me those problems. He gives me other things like betrayal and heartbreak because of certain things, and it breaks my heart. And as an empath, I really have to watch who I trust and who I love again and how I feel, because I feel so intensely about everything. I care so much about everything, right? That's the sort of stuff I get. I don't get those type of people like those Karens that come to the car and they're like, hey,
what you doing here? We don't like your kind around.
I be hoping somebody can just videotape it. Please get this ass whooping that I'm about to hand deliver to you videotaped. please, please, so I can show my kids and my kids' kids and my kids' kids how I beat the hell up out you and knock some sense into your. But I don't get those type of problems. Knock on wood. So speaking of problems, let's get into Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. Nicki Minaj and Cardi B have been beefing for years now. And I do believe that this is a result of not being able to smack bitch. And I'm going to tell you why. Before you log off, before you turn me off, because I know I'm going to lose a lot of you, just hear me out. This is the result of you not being able to smack a bitch. Because sometimes with certain people, you can't just let it slide. I love it. I love it when we say that when you reach a certain age, you're supposed to be mature. You're supposed to handle things in a better way. You're supposed to walk away from drama, walk away from noise. You're supposed to carry yourself in a classy manner. You're a woman of class, a woman of stature. I love that. I love that. But some you can't be classy with. Some hoes don't stop. You can ignore all you want. But some people don't stop. So Nicki Minaj and Cardi B have been arguing for years now, right? Cardi B's been working on her album. Everybody knows that she's pregnant with her 4th child. We'll talk about that in another episode because people was mad. I think that she was disassociating through that relationship with Offset. A lot of trauma, because people don't believe that cheating and humiliation causes trauma. I don't know why. A lot of trauma happened, and that was a result of, oh, look, I feel safer with this person, this new person, and we gonna have a little bit too much fun and we're gonna make some decisions. And a lot of people are like, well, she's gonna be a bad mom. Well, I think she was disassociating. But anyways, she's pregnant. She's been really promoting this album. She's been out on the subways. She's been out on the streets of New York, really promoting this album. She drops the album. It does amazing. 200-something thousand units sold. It's a big deal. People are so proud of her. I didn't see no hate towards Cardi. I didn't see no hate towards Cardi. I also didn't see Cardi hating on anybody except Bia. And if you don't know who Bia is, not a lot of people do. She's the girl that made the song.
It's a whole lot of money in this Yeah. It's a whole lot of money in this
If you know that song, that's Bia. Bia and Cardi got into a beef, because honestly, a lot of the beefs that Cardi is in stemmed from the beef with Nicki, JT kind of linked up with Nicki and was like, bump Cardi. They got into it. A lot of people that Nicki has co-signed has definitely turned on Cardi, or Cardi has snapped on them. And that's just what it is. It's kind of like a divide in the rap beef. You got Ice Spice, who had a problem with Nicki. Lotto had a problem with Nicki. Bia got a problem with Cardi. Cardi got a problem with Bia and JT. JT's on Nicki's side. It's a whole lot of. That's a whole lot of. So Cardi dropped the song and she said,
Name 5 Bia songs, gun pointed to your head. Bow, you're dead.
Basically saying that don't nobody know who the hell Bia is, and you probably don't. I haven't seen anything negative regarding Cardi, and then it happens. Right when you're doing good. Right when you made it through a toxic marriage, right? You already got some issues, some stuff's coming out about your boyfriend and some going on, and people saw you crash out on the internet, and as a fellow crash out, hello, reporting for duty, y'all already know how that can be. I finally got something good. I worked towards something, and I tried something, and I bet on myself, and I released an album after 7 years, and here comes Nicki. So Nicki starts to talk about how Pink Friday did better, right? She dropped her album Pink Friday in 2003, so 2 years ago, and Pink Friday did better than Cardi. And Cardi, rightfully so, was like, hey,
you're older than me. You've had more experience than I have. You have more connections than I have. I don't know, I don't want to count money, but you might have a little bit more money than me. Why are you comparing my success of this album with yours? Weirdo.
But nonetheless, Cardi, instead of just ignoring it, Cardi went off and they had a tweet war. Let me read you some of these tweets, y'all. It is just, I printed them out because I just couldn't believe my damn eyes. So Nicki Minaj started tweeting little subtweets, right? Like an eagle. Cardi B's album cover looks like a crow. I guess an eagle eats a crow. Just little subliminals that you really, unless you were really paying attention, you might not link the two, right? But then the all-out brawl happens. I'm not going to read them in order, but I'm just going to give you guys the overview. There's just simply too many tweets, but I'm going to read off the most important ones. Okay, so Nicki Minaj says, Lucian, Elliott, Rico Nation, I promise you, tell that dizzy hoe to stand down. I promise you. And what she's referencing is like Lucian, Rock Nation. She's saying that the big music execs are pushing Cardi. They're paying to fluff the numbers. They're fluffing the streams. They're pushing her because Jay-Z and Nicki Minaj have this long-standing beef. You'll never really know it's a beef because Jay-Z doesn't say anything. Jay-Z's kind of got that whole Beyonce thing going on where even if they don't like you, we'll never know it because they'll never show it. Nicki Minaj said that when Jay-Z had dropped Tidal, they had a deal going on and he kind of screwed her over. And so, of course, it's been beef ever since. Everybody knows that Jay-Z is trying to acquire a casino, and I guess that got shut down. So Nicki Minaj had tweeted like, casino, no. Like, you're not going to get it. So she's constantly going after Jay-Z and all the other music execs. You know, they say that Nicki Minaj rubbed some of the people that own the Grammys the wrong way. And that's why she's never gotten a Grammy, which is why when everybody talks crap about her, the first thing they say is, where's your Grammy? Where's your Grammy, right? She doesn't have one. That's what that means, right? Tell Cardi B to stand down. She says, Barney dangerous? Bodega Barney? What up? Your sister can get that chest caved in if you pregnant with another monkey or roach right now. I'm just saying, for entertainment purposes only.
I just need to say it. I hate to be the one that does the if the roles were reverse thing. But if Cardi B, who is an Afro-Latina and Afro-Tina, if she were to call any black person a monkey or a roach, people would have acted a. But okay.
I guess Nicki gets a pass because maybe she's manic. I don't know. She says, Culture, who happens to be Cardi B's daughter, she says, Culture, you are a roach and a monkey like your sister. You know, Cardi B just had her latest daughter, who is Blossom. Blossom is 1 year old. So she's calling Culture, who's probably 7 or 8, and Blossom, 1 year old, a monkey and a roach like your sister. She says, Cokie B, please don't sniff coke with that baby number 4 to 5. Word to Carlos. Not sure who Carlos is. She said, Culture is a vulture and her mama's a crow, right? Referencing the album cover. So stupid not to see once Wendy ate that crow what happened. Don't know who Wendy is. Don't know who ate a crow. They played you to do that hex to yourself. You flop heavy tongue hoe. I tell you this. As someone with a heavier tongue, it's not bad to have a heavy tongue, you know. Leaked it once Barney B started trending. Allegedly, Papa First Party is over. Nicki Minaj started this beef on her baby's birthday. So people, especially Cardi B, pointed that out. Shouldn't you be at Chuck E. Cheese? Shouldn't you be enjoying your son? Why are you worried about another woman, a woman you haven't liked for years, on the day of your baby's birth? It just doesn't make sense, right? He's got 4 more to go. Let's go, ho. Drop the receipts, Rico Nation, which a lot of people were pointing out. You keep mentioning Rock Nation because you have this issue with Jay-Z, but Cardi B is not signed to Rock Nation. Desiree, you sent a broke man, huh? Get this bitch before I get on y'all's family as well. Tonight happens to be the night.
Everything that I said prior to and after this is allegedly. Everything that I said is allegedly. I'm alleged. You're alleged. All of this is alleged. None of this is real. I'm AI. Period.
Along the years, a lot of artists have said that Nicki was on coke, right? Nicki's gone on coke binges and had coke rants because apparently that's her drug of choice. Me, I like to eat my feelings. If you ever see me blowing the that means I'm sad. Something has happened to me. After you make fun of me, ask me, am I okay? Because probably not. I like to eat, but other people like to do other things. And they said that Nicki likes to do coke. And so if that is true, then one thing I don't play about is crackheads. I'm not going to fight with a crackhead because I don't know what you're saying. All these subliminal shits and you're doing lyrics and that's like trying to fight like a karate kid and you're trying to draw a punch and this kid keeps like flipping around all over the place, just flipping and doing shit like this and like that. Oh, no. Can you stay still so I can beat your ass like a regular person? I'm not fighting with you, ho, because I don't know what you're saying. Now, here are some of Cardi's tweets. Drop the Addy right now and don't go tagging the feds and the police like you did 3 months ago, you ass. Shut the Papa Bear, I'm sorry that you can't speak and you're banging spoons because your mother couldn't put the drugs down. I'm sorry that your mom's not even paying attention to you on your own birthday because she's such an obsessed and dark-spirited hating hoe. I am so sorry. Trying to call me out to fight because I'm pregnant as You have never had that energy when I see you in person. I seen you at 2 Met Galas and you never had that energy, but where the you at? My niggas is outside right now. Where the are y'all at? You wish you could call my daughter ugly. Culture is beautiful and you know that. Your hate is so deep, dark, and nasty because your son's nonverbal. Because you him up with those drugs, so you jealous of everybody's kids and their happiness. Where the are you at? Stop talking. Whether you're Team Cardi or Team Nicki, none of it really matters because this is all going to be relevant to my point.
This is what happens when you're not able to slap a down.
I know a lot of people don't like that. Violence is never the answer. Sometimes it is. Because they have been subbing each other for years. And there's been a lot of situations where people have asked Cardi, hey, it seems like Nicki is subbing you. It seems like Nicki is subbing you. And Cardi has said things like, nah, I don't think she's talking about me. Or, nah, I wasn't talking about her. I was talking about some other hoes from the hood. I wasn't really talking about her. Cardi in one song said, can you stop with all the subs? I ain't Jared.
Like Subway. That's clever.
If you really want smoke, you can pull up and get it. Nicki Minaj said,
little I heard these labels trying to make another me. Everything you getting, little hoe, is 'cause I'm
you know, beefing for a long time. Nicki's stance on it is, I'm the queen. I came first, right? I have legacy in this. I am an icon. And here you come, allegedly, producers getting on Love and Hip Hop, and now you some big star. Who the do you think that you are, right? When they did Motorsport together, I was really excited because I was like, yes, finally the beef can stop because I want to see two people come together. If we're both talented, why can't we come together and make magic? If we both have fans, if you have fans and I have fans, why can't we come together and give the people something that they really want? But apparently there was beef in Motorsport. When Motorsport happened and Nicki Minaj's verse came up, the original lyrics was supposed to be, if Quavo's the QB, I'm Nick Lombardi. Pull up in the space coupe, I done linked the Marty. I can actually afford to get a pink Bugatti. Hey, yo, Nicki, didn't you just do a hit with Gotti? That too, but my nigga send hits like Gotti. It's a rap like the things on the head of a Saudi. My son go and sit on a potty. Woo! Fire! It was a good verse. But then it switched, which would imply that if Cardi B is here, I'm up here, right? And so Cardi said that she didn't really appreciate that part of the verse because we were supposed to be coming together. We're supposed to be getting along. And Nicki Minaj talks about that on the interview when she says, the only thing with Cardi that really, really hurt my feelings, she was tearing up, was the first interview she did after Motorsport came out. I remember when I first came in the game, if a female of that stature had done a feature with me on it, I would only be singing their praises and saying thank you. The first interview she did after Motorsport came out, it just really hurt me. She looked so aggravated and angry. And the only thing she said was, oh, I didn't hear that verse. I was like, what?
Was the first interview she did after Motorsport came out. It just really hurt me because she looked so aggravated and angry, and the only thing she kept saying was, oh, I didn't hear that verse. I didn't hear that verse. She changed her verse. Like, I was like, what?
Well, we already got a little bit of beef. And you added my name in a song, right? I mean, whether the original lyrics was Cardi or Quavo, it came out, if Cardi B's the QB, I'm Nick Lombardi. And maybe that wasn't even shady. That's why you got to promote a little bit of violence. Maybe that's not even a little shady. Had we boxed it out, then everything could be what it is. But when women do this little catty ass shit, where it's like, we're cool. Yeah, I just said that, but like, nah, I really didn't mean it like that. People like to do this passive aggressive all the time. I don't like passive aggressiveness. I don't. A lot of people don't like aggressive people. I've been called masculine by some of the weakest YouTubers. I do not care, right? Because people don't like assertiveness. People don't like when you're straight up. But you know what? When you're straight up, you just tell it like it is. I would rather somebody come to me and say, I don't like you. I don't find you interesting. I don't find you funny. I think you're ugly. I think you're whatever you got to tell me, say it directly to me and let me know how you feel, rather than doing these passive aggressive little or subbing me or whatever, or smiling in my face. I think the worst person ever is the person that will smile in your face and act like she's your friend or act like she's cool with you and she really hates your guts. Because while you're sitting up here being genuine, while you're sitting up here and your intentions are pure with this person, they don't even like you. And you're too much of a coward to come out and say that you don't like somebody. That's why I said sometimes you gotta duke it the now. It's been years subbing each other in songs. Nicki saying that Cardi doesn't write her raps. Cardi saying that Nicki is older than her, right? What these got on me, a couple years and a couple bodies. You got years and bodies on me. That's it. I'm still killing the game. And these women cannot get along for anything. And now, because nobody got their ass beat.
Let's be clear, because nobody got their whipped.
Now you're calling my baby ugly and a roach. Now when the kids grow up, Papa Bear is being accused of being autistic and nonverbal and banging spoons together. And when somebody asks him what his name is, he says cup. He says paper plate. And culture has to grow up, and she's already pretty much at that age where she has to see these grown people calling her ugly, a roach, a monkey, right? Saying that her new baby brother or sister is going to be a mistake, saying that she was a mistake. And all this could have been avoided had we thrown hands. Now, what I will say is this. A lot of people didn't like Cardi during the 2018 Met Gala. A lot of people were like, oh my God, Cardi's such a hood rat. This is the Met Gala. This is the Met Gala. And we're supposed to be so this and so that at the Met Gala. But I tell you one thing. Everybody wants to pretend they hood. People love listening to rap music and all this shit. People love to pretend that they ghetto. They like to pretend it. So when they're online behind a keyboard and behind a screen, they like to talk a lot of shit. But then when you meet a
Real ghetto.
I'm talking a bitch that I hope Laura Loomer meets. I hope Laura Loomer meets a real ghetto hoe that ain't got nothing to lose, that grew up on pickles and hot Cheetos, that got the hair, the little bun that sticks to the side. I hope you meet a real, because when a real one comes to you and says it's on site, that means
On site means whatever site I see you on. Whatever site we're on when I see you, whenever I set my sight on your ass, it's grass. It's up. And if it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck.
So yeah, okay, we're at the Met Gala, and Cardi went up to her to try to confront her about some of the things that she said. You know, allegedly Nicki had liked some tweets talking about Cardi's child, right? Culture, when she was a baby. Culture gonna grow up and have so much beef with this woman like hoe. But anyways, and they got to fighting. The security pulled them apart. Ra Ali, who was the owner of the blog On Site, is really close friends with Nicki Minaj and had an issue with Cardi, right? And I don't know what happened, but allegedly somebody hit Cardi with an elbow, whether it be the security guard or whether it be Ra. Somebody elbowed Cardi in the eye, and that's where that infamous photo comes from, where she has a big knot on her head at the Met Gala. And people were like, oh, you're ghetto. You gonna fight there? You gonna fight there? This hoe, I'm gonna see you where I can see you, right? They didn't try to meet up several times, allegedly. Nicki says when they tried to meet up and her man, who, you know, was on probation at the time, when her man popped out and did that weird video where he was like, we outside.
We outside.
They've been trying to link up several times, and Cardi did try to clock her. Years go by. Subs happen, like subliminal messaging. I don't like this bitch, I don't like this bitch happen. Years and years and years go by. And sometimes, this is what I don't like. I don't like when people act like they're above certain things. Oh, I'm just above that, but you talk. And let me explain something to you. Real classy women won't even involve themselves with women that they believe is trash. Women that they believe are beneath them. Real classy women wouldn't even keep up with that because they'd be too busy living lavishly and going about their day. That's what real classy women do. But what happens is you got women who talk, who are afraid to get their beat. And so when you say, okay, you didn't call my daughter this, I didn't say this about your son, I didn't went off on you, you didn't went off on me. Clearly, we're not gonna get anything resolved. I let a lot of things slide. You possibly let some things slide. We keep talking shit about each other. It keeps getting to the point where me and you are wanting to throw hands. So we might have to just do it because nothing else has been able to resolve this issue between me and between you. It's like
I'm too classy. I'm sorry. I'm above this. We're at the Met Gala. I'm not. Now, I did talk shit. I talk shit all the time. I try to provoke you with my words all the time.
But I mean, you should just deal with it because I mean, words are words. I don't know where a lot of people are from. Words have gotten people killed. Words have gotten people beat the I don't understand why people love to be like, well, it's just my opinion. Okay. In a perfect world, people would be able to talk about it and communicate and let things go. Clearly, we don't like each other. Let's just let it slide. In a perfect world. This was a tweet that Cardi did years ago. I let a lot of shit slide. I let you sneak diss me. I let you lie on me. I let you attempt to stop my bag. The way that I eat. You've threatened other artists in the industry, told them if they work with me, you'll stop with them. I let you talk big about me. I addressed you once in person. I addressed you a second time in person. And every time you copped the plea, which means you didn't want to fight. But when you mention my child, you choose to like comments about me as a mother, make comments about my abilities to take care of my daughter is when all fucking off. I've worked too hard and come too far to let anybody my success. Talk all that shit in they raps, but this really for entertainment. Again, you in your raps, I shoot them down, I do this, I'll do that. Well, I hope you can practice what you preach. That's all. So let's go to another one of Nicki's tweets. Nicki said, album flop, never wanna fight. Outrank you in your own gang, shut come fight. I think she's rapping in her tweets. Sympathy Baby couldn't even pull 228,000. Abort mission. And if you remember Pink Friday, right? Her album that Nicki Minaj's album that she dropped in 2023 sold 228,000, right? So 28,000 more than Cardi. Okay. Okay. I have no problem telling them you do better than me. You're better than me. I have no problem saying that. Hey, you did really well. Hey, you look better than me. Hey, you have a better body than me. Oh, I love your hair. Who did it? Like, what you do has nothing to do with me. The money that you make has nothing to do with me. She says, culture vulture, you're ugly too. So another time, then you done called my baby ugly. All right now. Okie dokie now. Nicki Minaj said, is I'm the Barney B and the flop? Is I'm lying about fertility when the queen has never once seen or spoken to a fertility doctor? Again, calling I'm the queen. Like, it's giving really Dr. Umar. Like, has the queen spoken? I don't know what you... Has the queen went to a fertility doctor? I don't know what you do on your off time. Like, I don't know what the queen does. Anyways, is I'm the one sleeping with Trade while hubby and sweetie and taking my big for alimony? Is I'm going to be sued when the queen shows her medical records to court? Oh, Rock Bottom Nation, we win again. Desiree, I have your medical records too. The lawyer said, again, Desiree is one of the co-founders, I guess, of Rock Nation along with Jay-Z. So when she talks about Cardi, she's always bringing up Jay-Z and Desiree, even though I'm sure they might have their own allegations and they might be doing something messed up to Nicki. I'm not saying that Nicki is completely crazy. I think that people are doing things to her in the back end, but I do not think it's Cardi. I think Cardi is taking a major stray. That's what I think. The lawyer said we gonna have Barney B homeless within 36 months. Praise God. Lucky we eating cake right now. Barney B, I know you don't know this, but some women plan their pregnancies, you dirty Heineken twat. We don't let niggas us while we're pregnant for the next trade who got 4 other people pregnant. You see, the devil has come to collect. You sold your soul. You made a pact. You lost. That's when I stopped fighting with it and I just got to hit you in the face. Don't be doing no spiritual shit on Twitter and saying all that stuff about the devil. Don't be talking about all that stuff. I think you're doing witchcraft, ho, and I don't like it. But you lost. Now hear this. You've been neutralized in the mighty name of Jesus. Every word you speak on me or mine will now curse your enablers more than your dizzy brain could ever fathom. I was pregnant from my first love, got married, and the next year got pregnant from my soulmate. On purpose. You see, Barney, we planned it. Your medical records in the strip club to now look embarrassing, and your father, well, anyway. You are about to shrivel up and die inside. You called black women monkey and roaches. I guess she did. Back in the day, she did, though. Going off on fans. It was like, you monkeys, you roaches, whatever. I think that's why Nicki is clapping back that way. But that was years ago. I don't know. Now, one day, people will call your daughters monkey and roaches. I guess people is you. Anyway, I used double the protection in every relationship until I was ready. See the difference between a hoe and the queen. So Cardi responds because they went back and forth for days. In fact, they're still actively tweeting, right? It said an hour ago Nicki tweeted, so they're still actively tweeting. And it says, this is Cardi B in her response to Nicki Minaj. Dear Onika Tanya Mirage, this is my last time responding to you because this is past Twitter now. I gotta see you, which means I've got to beat your Now, Cardi, I'm sorry. In Cardi's defense, I've been trying to beat your I do not want to go back and forth with you on Twitter, bitch. I don't even like internet beefs. I don't. I'm going to lay it all out there. I don't like this person. This is what this person has done. And then that's it. I have nothing else to say. I don't have anything else to say. Let's move it along. But if you keep talking, I don't want to keep talking. We should meet somewhere and see who's stronger. That's how I feel. And I don't care about age. Don't kill me with this. We too old. At 96 years old, you're going to have to see me. I don't care. You're doing a lot of talking.
I heard you were the reason I didn't get my extra Jell-O cup.
You're stopping my bag. You're stopping my Jell-O cups, ho. Yeah, come see me. Come see me. We're gonna fight. I really don't care. We're gonna fight. I gotta see you. But first, I'm gonna tell you the truth. You said out your own mouth that the little girl in you hasn't forgave your mother yet. And that's because your mom used to stay silent when your dad used to touch on you every time he did crack. I know you experienced a lot of trauma and abuse, but drugs is not going to help you. You need to go to therapy now. I'm going to let you know this today. Your husband is not stopping you from your actions because he lets you do drugs all day to numb you so he can max out on your credit card. Yeah, you think I don't know? Them queens is that you be letting in your house every time you kick them out, be coming and spilling your tea in the hood. But I'm going to be the realest person to ever tell you need to get help. So this was Cardi's last time, I think, addressing words are violent is what I'm going to wrap this all up with. Words are violent. And a lot of people talk a lot of in the background and they do a lot of grimy stuff in the background. We're going to have to see about each other. There's a couple things I don't play about. You can call me anything you want. Don't put my son in danger. Don't stop my money. If you play with my money or play with my son, it's going to get sticky. It's just what it is. And I don't care. I don't care. Y'all can keep all that. Oh, classy. I'm classy. A lot of the time, these classy, they don't know how to fight. I'm classy so I can talk and provoke you as much as humanly possible because I'm classy. Okay, well, I'm not. What you gonna do about it? Let me know in the comments how you feel about that exchange. Do you think that Cardi B and Nicki Minaj will ever get along? Personally, even if people like Jay-Z and Desiree are doing things in the background to Nicki Minaj to try to sabotage her or stop anything, I think that because unfortunately in the public opinion and in the internet's eye, she's the unlikable character. She's the one with the bad personality. She's the one that never gave other rap girlies an opportunity because she always positioned herself as some queen. She talks in the third person. So I think because of that, nobody's gonna care. Even if what she's saying about Roc Nation is true, and it might be, no one's gonna care because unfortunately you've dug yourself into this hole where a lot of barbs are even saying I used to be a barb, but I'm not even a barb anymore. And I can't stand it. I can't stand to see this because I don't think what people realize is this industry, the music industry, the entertainment industry, anytime you put yourself or your art out there will literally tear you apart. And if you're not mentally ready, and if you don't take these mental breaks, and if you don't shut down some of the noise, then you'll let external factors and you'll let people in the inside, right? In the inside of the industry tear you apart. There's a lot of people that are insecure. There's a lot of people that have secret animosity towards you. There's a lot of people, there's somebody right now, right? Whoever's watching this, there's somebody right now that is making more than you, that probably looks better than you. Who cares, right? That is doing better in life than you, but hates you for some reason. Can't stand you. And there's nothing you can do about it. You can be kind, you can be nice, you can give praises, but that hate is inside of them. It's inside their heart. There's nothing you can do. So try to ignore them. But there's only so many times I'm going to ignore you, ho, before we're going to have to get out there. I'm only going to ignore for so long before I got to
Mollywop your.
Thank you for watching another episode of The Podacity. And until next time, I will holler.